Expectation generally becomes reality in one way or another. Both what we expect, what we don't expect to happen, to occur before us, finally emerges before us, either because of society or because of others, basically ignorance, arrogance, pretense, and the madness that the unconscious mind and ignorant mass cause. But expectation happens, or the kind of expectation of the other people, those things also happen in reality in one way or another. But what does not and will not happen in reality is obviously what we experience in our own imagination and anticipation. What we anticipate, what we imagine, either just does not exist in reality, it does not pertain to truth, and it certainly does not occur or emerge before us either in one way or another. So we can say all we want, but he who matures early lives his entire life in anticipation. He lives the entirety or the rest of his life just imagining, anticipating things out of anxiety, fear that he cannot resolve, that do not exist in reality, that do not and will not happen or occur either in one or another. So we can say all we want, but anticipation is not reality. But expectation seldom becomes reality. Expectation sometimes happens either because of others' consent or because of our failure or because of mutual understanding or misunderstanding. Expectation becomes reality. That is the expectation of acceptance, approval, success, relationship, or the expectation of failure, heartbreak, rejection. Those things happen. But anticipation is anxiety. And if we have been actually through a lot of trauma and childhood suffering, pain, chaotic situation in our lives, then that triggers a nervous system that obviously always keeps our system awake, and we start anticipating, imagining things that aren't real, that are not going to happen anyways, or that just don't exist in reality. So definitely anticipation seldom becomes reality. But what we least expect happens in reality. Those things occur before us which we expect the least to happen. So expectation happens. What we least expect becomes a truthfulness and a real occurrence. But anticipation does not really happen that way. The same cannot be said of anticipation, because anticipation is the product of anxiety, unresolved inward chaos, and unacknowledged internal vulnerabilities which we have not resolved. And because of that lack and absence of confidence, self-knowledge, and consciousness, we anticipate things that don't exist in reality. We talk about those things that obviously aren't there. We experience fear, anxiety, overwhelming stress because of our own unresolved fears and traumas we could not process, we could not bring